don't you realize what you've become? The evil poo-poo pee-pee villain?
It insists upon itself, Lois. What?
When will you wear wigs?
Hello everybody, my name's Chucky Punters. We're gonna be playing this mukbang game as I yap about movie stuff. So let me just go over here and take a seat and click on tab on the table to order. Bet, okay. I guess this is let's see what we have here. Snacks. Let's get a drink first. Milk. And wait, oh, do I have to order it? Let's get a Takis. What the? Oh my god. Sea grapes. Dude, I'm gonna blow up the toilet. What the? What do we have? Corn cheese. Okay, let's grab a Takis. Chicken is crazy. What the frick is that? Okay. 2 large glasses of milk. Whole thing with whatever. Can I move these things? It's in my way. Okay. So I watched a few movies. I've been watching a lot of movies in the past month or so. And I don't know, it's been a blast being able to work down my watch list after like years of building up on it. I've been watching like 1 movie a week, probably more. Some with friends. It's pretty pleasant. It's fun. There are a few films that I've been watching by myself, but I'll have to get into the first one that's been connecting all of it. The Furious. The Furious is a movie I've been anticipating for a year and a half. Kenji Tanagaki's work. He's been doing amazing stuff. He's literally just Donnie Yen's protege. I've mentioned this before in my previous action video, which I've now unlisted because I don't really agree with most of the points in there. But The Furious I've been anticipating for like a year and a half, and I was so upset when Toronto International Film Festival got like a screening for it. I was like, why are you not doing it in my location? And then they brought it to LA, and then I was like, god damn it. And then Lionsgate's like, hey, we have distribution rights for it. We're gonna show it in like June. So I'm like, are you serious? I have to wait like a few more months for that? God. But I went and saw it with like a friend in the theater. Oh my god, it was so amazing. I was like jaw dropping the entire time. It was freaking amazing. It was like one of the greatest cinematic experiences I've seen. And there's folks who are like, I guess they in a way they're like overhyping it. They're like, The Furious is like the best action movie we've seen since The Raid, and I can attest to you that they're on par with each other, but they're not really the same movie, and they shouldn't really be compared. I feel like The Raid as an action movie, yes, it's a pretty vanilla choice to say, yes, it's one of the greatest action movies of all time. But martial arts film, no, I think that has to go to The Furious. And there's definitely plenty more martial arts movies out there that are much better than The Raid. The Raid is a great action movie. Action, different thing. Same subgenres though. But yeah, The Furious. I went and saw it like 2 more times after that. One time was, well, let me restart that. I watched it the first time in the theater. I was like, holy crap, I gotta go again. So I go do my exams, and once I'm done that, I go and reward myself by seeing it like a second time. Best decision of my life. I was in there in the near empty theater by myself, and I was praying like these 2 kids in front would just not. I was praying they wouldn't talk, and surprisingly, they were silent. They were whispering a few times, but they were surprisingly really silent. Man, shout out to them, because I remember when there was a few things that happened in the movie, and they were like, "Holy shit, and they were just locked the fuck in during like the final like fight of it. But yeah, oh yeah. I want to say the Furious. I'm a massive fan of Joe Taslim, okay, and I was shocked to see Tim Yao in there. Tim Yao is an actor who's played Ip Man before in those B-list Ip Man movies that weren't really received too well. Because, to be honest, he doesn't have the face of Ip Man, and he's kind of like, no offense to him, he's kind of like Drake, where he should just keep the facial hair on. He looks better with it. It changes his look overall. When you see him in the Furious and then you see him in the Ip Man bootleg, it's just a much more different aura. He gives off like a good look of like a a roughed up dad with a crazy past. That's literally his character in the Furious. Plus he's a mute in that movie. Joe Taslim, on the other hand, I'm familiar with him from The Night Comes For Us and The Raid, and I guess it was like another movie, The Big Four, I think it's called. Team was he in that movie? I don't know. I don't know. I forgot. But he's fantastic. Oh, he's also in Mortal Kombat. And what else? It doesn't matter. Whatever. But yeah, big fan of Joe Taslim. I saw him go berserker mode in that movie, and I was like, holy shit, he's going Ito mode, just like in The Night Comes For Us. Oh my goodness, it's so peak. What the hell is Gooey Dubai? Ew. Sounds nasty. Choco bottom cereal? You're trying so hard to sabotage me. Y'all cannot. Fuck out of here. Okay. Yeah, so I went and was looking at Tim Yao's discography. And he's in a movie with Jet Li called My Father is a Hero, also known as The Enforcer. It's not a bad movie. I think the action is pretty pleasant. It's a nice Chinese action flick. Nothing too crazy. Has the same amount of melodrama as expected from movies of that period. Man, I really miss Jet Li. Shit. That dude had like such swag, dude. I gotta rewatch like Fist of Legend because that was an amazing movie. Yeah. So I continued on and I watched his other films. He has like a trilogy called Fight Against Evil. The first two is like really gritty. Just a lot of decent like choreography. Sorry, I'm so distracted. What the hell is my face, bro? Look at my Cocoa Pops. What's the spoons? Ew. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, Fight Against Evil 1 is not bad. I would mostly just watch it for the fights, honestly. Sound design could be better. It's shot very well for a film of its time. Or, yeah, at the time. Sound design really sucks because the guns sounded like ass. But the choreography, really good. Super good. He does a good job. It was so weird seeing him talk in the movie. Because I was like, oh my god. Tim Yao can actually talk and he's not like a mute in like The Furious. Shocking. Shocker. I still have to watch the two movies. Because apparently the third one is like... takes a completely different like turn genre-wise. Get off my table. You can't sabotage me, bro. I'm just gonna sit here and wait till you're done. Yeah, that's right. You suck. Yeah, anyways. Oh, sorry. I gotta go back to The Furious. Brian Lay. Brian Lay. Or Lee? Brian Lay? Lay. I gotta say Lay, because that's how you say it in the language. Of Marshall Club. That dude's like Frogman. He's like jumping and twisting around in the movie, and it's like the most entertaining thing ever. I'm like, this big guy can move. He's a tricker, and I remember he used to do like tricking videos with his brother, and then he started to put on a few like pounds of muscle, and now he's just this big hulking dude who can just literally throw himself at people. I've seen people describe him as like Donkey Kong, and that's probably the most accurate way to describe him, because holy crap, dude, he's a beast. He moves like crazy. It's kind of terrifying. He's like the wild card of that movie. Joey Iwanaga. Oh my god, I remember seeing him in Baby Assassins 2, Kensuke Sonomura flick. Sorry, flick. Yeah, another Sonomura flick, and he was fighting against Sayori Ozawa. Shout out to her. She's like one of my favorite stunt women of all time. He was just like suave, laid back guy, he does a lot of kicking. He's a dancer. He's got like a dancing background. That's why his kicks are so flashy and fantastic in that movie. And a lot of people were comparing it to like Ken Lo's performance in Drunken Master 2 against Jackie Chan, where Jackie Chan tries to he gets on like industrial alcohol and he tries to beat the fuck out of Ken Lo. And he gets molly whooped. Oh my god, his footwork was amazing in that movie, dude. He was schmoovin', and the dancer background definitely put it all together because he was moving in ways you've never seen before. Have you ever seen like close combat but with kicking? I know kicking's for like range, right? But like, have you ever seen someone throw like a jab and a hook with their knees and their freaking foot? Like, how do you do that? There's no freaking way. Oh my goodness. So amazing. I don't know how Kenji Tanagaki did it. I forgot to say, speaking of Joe Iwanaga in Baby Assassins 2, Baby Assassins 2 choreographed by... Wait, no. It wasn't directed by Kensuke Sonomura. Kensuke Sonomura is the action director. Sorry, I got my names mixed up. Yeah, Sonomura. Shout out Sonomura. That guy is so freaking cool. I watched Hydra. I watched Ghost Killer. I watched the Baby Assassins trilogy. He did some of the work for Resident Evil Vendetta. You've probably seen the clips where it's like two of the strongest gamers in a shootout, and it's just Chris and that Russian dude like spinning in circles. Get the fuck. Oh, do you want to eat with me, bro? Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, and they're spinning around. That's Sonomura, man. I know folks are like, it's so stupid, but folks don't realize that it's entertainment! It's entertainment! If you want to see something realistic, go watch an MMA fight. God! Or just watch John Wick again. I don't think folks realize you can just watch other movies, man. You can criticize it, but just don't expect, like, something that's not it. You're going into the Pepsi store asking for Coca-Cola, okay? That's really stupid. Yeah, Kensuke Sonomura, I'm so glad he's getting more spotlight. But I hope Hollywood doesn't exploit him if they want to use him. Because, dude, it'd be a shame if they screwed him over like they did Iko Uwai after the raid. They're like, oh, Iko's the new vessel of action. Let's put him in a bunch of shitty movies and do nothing with him. You know what they did to him? They put him in Star Wars and then he dies after like 10 seconds. He was supposed to have like... He and... I think it was Yayan Ruhian. Yeah, he's also in The Furious as the bow and arrow guy. He's so cool. What the heck? If you see him in a movie, he's gonna fuck shit up. Seafood boil. I can't get seafood boil? That's some bullshit. Okay, yeah. So Yayan Ruhian and Iko were in Star Wars, and then they were supposed to film a fight scene against, I guess, like Han Solo or something like that. And then, I guess, was it Abrams or someone? They're like, no, we don't do that here. So they cut that whole sequence, and they ended up killing him off with a giant freaking monster or something. The heck was the point of adding them in the movie? You're just gonna misuse them like that. That just upsets me greatly. And you know what they did with Iko later? They put him in... I think he was in the... Was he in the Expendables? I don't remember. See how forgettable, like, his Hollywood roles are? I think he was in the Alexander Cage movie. No, he wasn't. He was in the Mark Wahlberg movie or something like that. I don't know. But Joe Taslim, on the other hand, he's had, like, placements in Star Trek. Yeah, Star Trek, of all things. And, Fast and Furious 6. Or was it 5? I don't remember. I remember seeing him in the movie. I was like, holy shit, he's in this fucking movie? No way. It was comical. It was surprising. It's like seeing a celebrity. I mean, obviously, what the hell? Yeah. What was I gonna say? Yeah, The Fierce was amazing. I think it's one of the greatest martial arts movies I've ever seen in recent times. And what else was I gonna say? Yeah, Sonomura is like my new hero, dog. I'm learning so much from his works. Especially like the fight in Ghost Killer, I feel like that's the closest you'll ever get to a quote-unquote realistic fight in a movie. Folks are like, why doesn't it hit hard? Why isn't it realistic? Like, have you ever seen an actual boxing match? Why do you think most of the highlights are when hits actually land? It is because, like, when boxers are, like, boxing each other, they always catch it, they block, they deflect, they do this and that. And rarely ever do they land hits. Or, I guess they do, but it's uncommon. And if you want actual power shots, you're gonna have to time that shit perfectly. Sonomura does that perfectly, or not perfectly. He does it exceptionally well in Ghost Killer, even though, like, the story and plot, it's like, I don't know. Oh, yeah, Akari Takahashi is in that. Takahashi? I don't know. Yeah, Takahashi is in that movie. She's also in Baby Assassins with Sayori Izawa. I like Ghost Killer. That final fight scene's probably... I was rewatching that over and over again for like the next 2 weeks. And I was watching it because I was preparing myself for the Furious. Whew! Oh my goodness, sweat from my brow, dude. Oh, it's so amazing. And plus, like, the way that everything is framed and the soundtrack accompanying it, it's so tense. Just watch Ghost Killer. If not for the... I feel like just watch it for also the story. Even though it's not gonna be like the best thing ever, I feel like the emotional buildup will make that final fight so much worth it when you see like the context and you're like, oh, they're dying for this shit. No wonder he's putting those wrist wraps on, those hand wraps. Goodness lord. Yeah. So other movies I watched besides The Furious and all these other action ones is Scream. The new Scream with Jenna Ortega. That was okay. I'm not really a horror movie guy, but I have a few in my watch list. It's been good being able to whittle it down over the past month as I now have more free time and I'm out doing stuff. So, everything's framed so well in that movie, and the opening sets the audience up to expect something when there's like a wide shot and the characters like background is obscured by like say a fridge door or a cabinet. You're like, oh, something's gonna pop up behind there, so you're stuck anticipating, and then you let your guard down, then something happens. A lot of like long shots. It's amazing. I didn't expect Scream to be like that. No wonder it's so critically acclaimed. Or well, it's giving it a little too much credit. Critically acclaimed. I actually don't know how folks felt about it, but I personally liked it. Another thing I watched was I guess I rewatched Pacific Rim. That was pleasant. I liked it. I remember like a while after I watched it, like the theme was playing in my head. I just kept laughing. Man, it's so great that there was only just one movie, right? Right? Another thing I watched was... Well, sorry, my brain just really sucks. Hold on, I'm gonna probably end it very soon, but let me just finish all this stuff. Lol Carl shout out to him. He makes... I wish he didn't pass, man. His work is so legendary. I watched the 8 diagram pole fighter. Oh my god, dude. It has Gordon Liu in it, and he has some insane freaking choreography. I don't know what it is, but it's so fanatical and like operatic, yet it's so grounded and gritty. It's fantastic work. I love 8 diagram pole fighter. I guess like other shit that I could really say about Lau Kar-leung is he worked close with Sammo Hung. He has a fight with Sammo Hung in Pedicab Driver. I think another thing to point out is Lau Kar-leung was also in Drunken Master 2. I mean, clearly, because he has a role in it, but he was also doing the action for it. And I guess him and Jackie were butting heads, so he kind of just left production, so really sucks. I think it's because Jackie Chan wanted something more slapstick, and Lau Kar-leung was like, let's get something like really serious, dog. And Jackie's like, no, that's not my image, dog. You want to do something like Bruce Lee? Hell no. It doesn't work like that. So I guess things didn't work out too well for that. He also did 36 Chamber Shaolin, if you didn't know. So I guess that's pleasant. He also did Dirty Ho. Shout out Lau Kar-leung. Yeah, so anyways, was I gonna say something else? Oh. No, I don't think so. Oh wait, yeah. unlisted my previous action video because a lot of the opinions I have in there are clearly outdated and I don't feel the same about it anymore. So, and plus I swear too much in that video. I don't really want to swear too much, and I was just yelling. I was trying to exaggerate. I was trying to just put filler words because I wasn't sure how to structure my sentences too well. So, yeah, and the whole thing about me being angry about John Wick, I think I was just really upset at the fact that folks were using John Wick and The Raid as a comparison against everything and using it as a standard for action cinema. They're genres of their own and they stand on their own, but they don't speak, nor should they be compared to every martial arts movie there is or action movie in general. I feel like that's just very stupid to do, and you're just kind of putting yourself in a pit. You're not going to be able to watch peak if you do that. So, but yeah, I'll rewatch John Wick again. I don't think it's boring. I definitely don't think it's boring. I think it's just maybe, I don't know. 4 felt really long, but I'm like, I could do without watching it again. I'll do it anyway. I'll probably have to. I love the first and second one. Those are great movies, but 3 and 4 expand on it, and I guess 4 gets really long. I think the power scaling gets really out of hand in John Wick. Very silly stuff. And I kind of want to rewatch The Raid again for like the 50 billionth time. The Raid has a big impact on my life, but I'm glad it's not my standard of action anymore. It is one of like the biggest inspirations of mine, but it's not what I should consider the only one and only sole source of reference. So, yeah, let me just leave this store actually. Ew, what the hell was it? Okay, thank you for watching. That was the Mukbang Center and me talking about action in the most convoluted and stupid way. So, thank you. Bye bye.
你家 Chinese baby 手中中国 you are 你家 Chinese baby 手中中国 you are